Hi. So in this short video, I will introduce you to EFT or emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. It's like an emotional acupuncture, but without needles. Okay, it's quick, it's simple, and it works especially when we are ready to release old patterns and practice it regularly. Now, repetition is the key. Anything we practice regularly creates those new neural pathways in our brain, and then our nervous system reacts to things much faster. So tapping does three powerful things at once. It calms the nervous system, so it sends a calming signal to our brain that it's safe now. It kind of helps us to move from that fight or flight response. Number two, it gives the emotion a voice. So instead of suppressing how we feel, which we normally do when we're in a stressful situation, tapping encourages us to acknowledge the emotion without judgment, which is the first step to releasing it. And it gives us a new statement to focus on, a more resourceful solution. So there are nine tapping points. The first one is the side of the hand or karate chop point. Yeah. So again, either part of your body is absolutely fine. So whichever one is most comfortable. I personally like sometimes to use both sides. So like if I'm tapping above my eyes, etc., you will see all the points. But I know that EFT experts always told me that it doesn't really matter which side you're using. So see how you feel. Maybe when you need like that extra help, use both. Okay, so the first one is the karate chop point. Yeah, so exactly that here. Then it's an eyebrow point where the eyebrow begins on the bone. Okay, so it's not here, but it's right in the beginning here. And you follow this bone, and it's the side of the eye. So it's not the temple, but on the bone. Yeah, just the side of the eye here. And then it's under the eye, directly beneath, following the bone. Okay, and then it goes under the nose, between the upper lip and the nose here. Chin, between lower lip and chin, so this crease here. And then it's the collarbone, so under the collarbone right here, about an inch down and out. And then under the arm, so about a hand width below the armpit, it's where we usually have the bra strap area, okay? And then the top of the head, center of the crown, that's where we finish. So once again, we start with the karate chop point, move to the eyebrow, above the eye, to the side, under the eye, under the nose, your chin, collarbone, armpit, bra strap, and then crown. Okay. So how do we start? Before we start tapping, we need to identify the issue. What it is that's stressing us out? What is worrying? What is that emotion that we want to move today? Get really specific. Are you nervous about a deadline at work? Are you anxious about a phone call or maybe some news that you've heard? Whatever it is, get very clear on what's creating that anxiety in your body, because we're not stressed just in our head. Any stress has a correlation within our body, hence the heartbeats, the shoulders, the tummy aches, etc. So decide on that setup statement. And there are many ways of doing the setup statement, but the most common one is, even though I feel X, I accept how I feel. That acknowledgement of the emotion and acceptance, giving yourself permission to accept to feel this way, because a lot of the times we criticize ourselves for feeling bad or afraid or whatever that might be. And part of it is just being kind to yourself and fully accepting it. So even though I keep second guessing myself, an example, even though I keep second guessing myself, I accept how I feel. And if you feel especially generous, you can even add, and I give myself permission to be kind to myself. Yeah, so even though I'm second guessing myself and stressing out about it, I accept how I feel and I give myself permission to be kind to myself. There's a so this way we open ourselves up to releasing that feeling, that emotion, that sort of state of mind. And this sends a calming signal to our brain, letting our brain know that even though we're nervous about making a mistake, that we are safe. It's safe to relax. And when you can relax, when we can relax, we can be more resourceful, more creative, and make a much better decision. So then we go on tapping gently on each of the 9 points while voicing how we feel, starting with the karate chop point and finishing with the crown. Now, when we are going through the point, the statement is on the karate chop. And then as we go through the points, it's basically like venting to a friend. So we just say what we truly feel, what's on our mind. So in this case, you are your own friend. Yeah, don't be shy, be very open and sincere. This helps calm our nervous system and again, signals to our brain that it is safe. Okay, so I will show you an example and we can do this together, and then you can use it for yourself with whatever emotion you might feel in a moment. So let's do it together for now. And we'll use the setup statement that I've mentioned at the beginning about that second guessing myself, fear of making mistakes. Okay, so we start by tapping on the side of the hand and we speak the setup statement 3 times. So even though I am afraid of making a mistake, I accept how I feel and I give myself permission to be kind to myself. Even though I'm afraid of making mistakes, I accept how I feel and I give myself permission to be kind to myself. Even though I'm afraid of making mistakes, I accept how I feel and I give myself permission to be kind to myself. And then remember, it's like venting to a friend. So once we go to the eyebrow, this constant pressure to get it right. This constant pressure to get it right. This constant pressure to get it right. And don't be afraid to close your eyes because it really helps to connect internally. You're kind of going into that subconscious brain as soon as you close your eyes. And then moving to the side of the eye, I'm scared of making a mistake. I'm scared of making a mistake. I'm scared of making a mistake. And then under the eye, I keep second guessing everything I do and it's exhausting. I keep second guessing everything I do and it's exhausting. I keep second guessing everything I do and it's exhausting. And then under the nose, what if I sound silly and don't have the right answer? What if I sound silly and don't have the right answer? What if I sound silly and don't have the right answer? Chin, I hate feeling like I'm not good enough. I hate feeling like I'm not good enough. I hate feeling like I'm not good enough. Collarbone, this tight feeling in my chest, it's stressing me out. This tight feeling in my chest, it's stressing me out. This tight feeling in my chest, it's stressing me out. Underarm, I just want to feel like I know what I'm doing. I just want to feel like I know what I'm doing. I just want to feel like I know what I'm doing. And then top of the head, all the self-doubt and pressure I put on myself. All the self-doubt and pressure I put on myself. All the self-doubt and pressure I put on myself. And then you go in the circle. So you repeat again from the setup statement and then sharing with a friend. Yeah, all these points until you feel the movement. Yeah, until you feel the emotion shrink. And then once you have that feeling of letting go of that anxiety, when you're able to move, that's when you can bring in more positive statements. And they actually then feel real because you probably know about the affirmations, right? Why that works sometimes. We repeat affirmations that we don't believe in. And if we don't believe in, and our mind is screaming, I don't believe that, it's really hard to then kind of really take it in. So that's another really good way as well. If you have an affirmation you want to start believing, start with what's stopping you from believing into that affirmation, work with tapping through it, and then use it affirmation. So here, once we feel the emotion is releasing, we can actually start then a positive reframe here. So we can move to the positive statement and start with karate chop again. Even though I've been doubting myself, I'm open to the possibility that I'm more capable than I realize. Even though I've been doubting myself, I'm open to the possibility that I'm more capable than I realize. Even though I've been doubting myself, I'm open to the possibility that I'm more capable than I realize. And you can even add, and I give myself permission to trust in my decision. And then again, we're going into the eyebrow. I'm allowed to learn as I go. I don't have to be perfect to be worthy. I'm growing, and that's something to be proud of. I trust myself more each and every day. I'm safe to speak, share, and show up fully. My voice matters. I choose confidence even if I still feel nervous. I'm becoming the woman who trusts herself deeply. Yeah, and you can do it 3 times. Okay, so here are the key takeaways. Number 1, honor how you feel before trying to fix it. Yeah, or I prefer to use the word upgrade it. Accept your emotions. Accepting your emotions helps us release them. Think of your emotion as a small child. The more we scream at a kid, the less likely he's going to relax. So it's the same way when we are being critical of ourselves, it's really hard for that part of us to relax and let go. So be kind. Tapping works best when you feel it in your body. Yeah, so close the eyes, connect to your body, connect to that feeling. Feel that heartbeat, those shoulders, the belly, and relax them as well. Don't be afraid to kind of help yourself with the whole tapping experience. Once you feel calm and at peace, you're open to truly believing empowering thoughts at this stage. So see when you feel ready. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you have to wait until you're absolutely perfect, but it's about that. Sometimes we just reach that point where we're like, yeah, I'm good here. I can go into the positive. Don't be afraid to do the positive. And if you still feel a lot of rejection, go again to the negative and tap it through. And then once you're ready, go again. So I hope this technique will be really helpful for you. And let me know how it goes and if you need any help.